So you mentioned the fiscal situation is a little bit unpredictable right now. Your office, not that long ago, put out a memo about that, related specifically to the universal ESA school voucher program, saying that essentially the state is potentially looking at a $300 some odd million budget shortfall. Are we looking at potential budget cuts next year?
I don't want to go that far and get that far ahead of ourselves, but I think the key piece of this is the unaccountable, unsustainable universal voucher program and the growth that's happening with that. It's far outpaced the original projections from the majority who supported its implementation, and is in line with what the opponents have been saying from day one, that it's going to grow to this out of control program that's going to bust the budget. And whether or not you support public tax dollars going to pay for private school, this is not something that's just going to affect dollars going to public education. It is going to affect all other areas of the budget if it continues to grow at its current pace.
So you came into office and in your first budget calling for basically the scaling back, the rolling back of this universal program. Republicans in the legislature, perhaps not surprisingly, were not so thrilled with that idea. Are there things that you're looking at for next year that maybe don't roll it back, but maybe scale it back somewhat, or something to maybe help with the budget situation?
I think that we have to find a way to compromise on this. And Republicans in the budget process were not willing to have it on the table at all. It is more and more clear that their projections are just completely inaccurate and that they're going to have to face the reality of the situation we're in. We're going to have to compromise. That might look like putting a cap on the number of vouchers. It might look like putting an income cap. But we have to find a solution to rein in this unsustainable program.
Do you have reason to believe that Republicans will change their tune on that and go along with those things that they've said no to before?
Well, they've continued to say mistakenly that this is a program that actually saves tax dollars. That's not the case. And we have a lot more solid numbers coming from every independent financial analyst that has looked at this program, pretty much in agreement that it's growing unsustainably. And so I think going into next session, we have a lot more concrete information about that. And so if they continue to say, no, this is saving money, they're just wrong. And there's more and more evidence to prove that.